I'm super excited because we're gonna be having Amy share her, like, she's gonna do a deal deep dive on her first property that she bought, that she bird. It's been awesome to see the growth that she has had, and just by taking action, and by her executing on a lot of the things that we've been talking about. So Amy, feel free to get started. Tell us a little bit about you, and also feel free to share your screen or do what you need to do.
Okay, so my name is Amy Swayze, and I live in Yakima, Washington, and I am partnered with my son, Chris. And I don't know if any of you have listened to the Rookie podcast, but we were featured as a partnership on the Rookie number 31 podcast. And we've been doing this since February. Our first house we bought February 14th. So I've always been really nervous about, well, I wish I would have started a lot younger, but my dad was in rentals and all I heard was negativity. So I kind of pushed that to the side and thought, no, this isn't something I even want to get into. And then my son had me listen to one of the Bigger Pockets podcasts, and it was really intriguing, and he wanted a tax write-off and I wanted some retirement for the future. And so we decided to do this together. So I kind of made a little slideshow here. We'll see if I can get it to work. Okay, so this is our first burr, and that is what our house ended up looking like when we were finished, completely done with it. So the way we got started, because I didn't have any money to put down, and my son did have a little bit, but not that much. And so we found a hard money lender that we could put 15% down, and they would finance the rest of the purchase price plus the rehab costs for us. Well, we didn't quite have 15% down, so my son decided that he would cash out his 401k that he had, and that we would be further ahead by taking the penalty on cashing that out to get houses to get our cash flow. And we both still work W-2 jobs, so we decided that he's a number guy, so he's going to bring the money to the table, and he pretty much crunches all the numbers. We both look for deals, and then if I find a deal I think it looks good, then I send it to him to get the final yes and okay on that. And then he keeps the spreadsheets of like all of our receipts and our renovations, and he does all of that and finalizes the numbers on that. I manage the rehabs, the contractors, and I do all of the rental property management, keep all of the files and everything like that. This property that we bought, I found on the MLS. They were asking $130,000. I knew there would be multiple offers, so I made an offer of $135,000. But I also used an escalation clause. What that is I made my offer for $135,000 with an escalation clause that I was willing to pay $145,000 for this house because my numbers still worked at that price. The escalation clause stipulates that it goes up by $1,000. So if I offered $135,000 and somebody else offered $136,000, then that was the highest offer, my escalation clause would kick in and I would be next at $137,000, and we continue to go to that point if we have to until it reaches $140,000. And if somebody goes over that, then I'm out. On this one, it went to $135,500. So I ended up getting this property because I used that escalation clause for $135,500. So if I would have not used my escalation clause and just put my offer for $135,000 in there, I probably would have lost this deal. We estimated that our ARV, or after repair value, on this house would be $195,000, and that we would have $20,500 to put into the property. So once I found this, then I went to the Bigger Pockets calculator and I started running the numbers. They looked good to me, and so then I sent them to my son Chris, and he ran them and said, yeah, looks really good. And that's when we made our offer. The one thing that I will say is we bought this house. It's a 3-bedroom, 1-bathroom. We bought it with the intention to make it a 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom. It's located right by the college here in town. So we were planning on renting it room by room. And so that's why if you see this breakdown here on the bottom, I've got like 4 downstairs, the 3 upstairs, a small bed. And so that was the rent that I was going to be collecting per bedroom. You have to have plan A through Z in order to get through your project that you're doing. So once hit, now the college is closed and there's no more students wanting to rent around us anymore. But luckily, the numbers still worked for renting it to a single family. And I made sure of that before I purchased this, because I thought, what if I can't rent this room by room? And then I don't want to be stuck renting it to a single family and my numbers not working. So I ran the numbers both ways to make sure that it would work. Right now, we have a single family in there, and I got it rented right away for more than I thought I would also. The hard money lender, I'll talk a little bit about that because I didn't know anything about hard money. I wish I would have known a long time ago. It's so easy to get hard money. All we had to do is they ran our credit check. We were approved for $500,000. And what that does is it sets in an account and it's good for 6 months. So we got that pre-approval first. We go out, we hunt for properties. I found this one. We run the numbers and then you send your, so this Bigger Pockets calculator is what I sent this PDF over to the lender, and they evaluate it by their criteria. And if they think it looks like a good deal, then they'll say, yes, we'll lend you the money for it. They did. They thought this was a great deal. So when we get hard money, they lend us the money for the purchase price of the house and for the renovations. However, with the renovations, they don't give you all of that money up front. So what you have to do is you have to put out money for renovations, and they have to be complete before you can take a draw from the loan. So for instance, when we were gutting the kitchen, I had to purchase the cabinets, pay for the installation, make sure that that kitchen was complete, and then I could call for a draw. They send an inspector out and look to make sure it's complete, and then they'll give you, if you allotted $8,000 for the kitchen, then that's what they'll give you in that draw. The other thing that you have to remember on doing that is every draw you take, and each hard money lender company is different, but this one we're working with, you have a $200 fee every time you request a draw. So you don't want to take too many draws because that's going to add up in your costs also. That it's just something that you have to think about of having. You do need a little bit of reserves to make sure that you can pay for your purchases. One thing that we found works great is having a Lowe's card and a Home Depot card. Basically, that's how we did our kitchen renovation first. I think Home Depot a lot of times has, if you spend over a certain amount, they'll give you like 24 months with no interest. Our thought on that was we did our kitchen, used our Home Depot card, got out our draw, $8,000, and then we had the roof done, which we had to pay cash for. So now we have that $8,000 cash to pay for the roof. So when we get this refinanced, we'll just take our cash that we're getting back out and pay off the Home Depot card. So you're kind of shuffling your money around if you don't have that cash up front, but you can make it work to get that cash to pay so you can get your renovation money out of your loan.